Hey everyone, so in this video we will cover the following learning outcomes. These are creating mates using drag and drop, constraining mates, linear pattern components, skipping instances, and using the measure tool. So you can find all the parts that you need for this specific circuit board assembly under S Drive, Engineering Courses 1030, Circuit Board Assembly. So as the name suggests, we are going to assemble together a circuit board using all the parts that are placed under that folder. So for this specific assembly, it will be good if you have all the parts open before you begin assembling together your circuit board. So when all eight parts are open, you can begin a new metric assembly. The only part we will place down in this video would be our circuit board. So once that is selected, we will move to the origin. When we see that symbol under your mouse, which means you're fixing your circuit board onto the origin, we will click our left mouse button. Okay. Now, why it is essential to have all your parts open is because we will use a feature called drag and drop that we learned previously in a lesson called assembly mates. In it, all we have to do is locate our part and hold it down and drag it onto our main assembly and mate it directly. So it saves you time of importing all your components, placing them in, and mating them. So to begin with, we will look for our LED green. So first of all, we will tile our window, our main assembly window, to the left side. And here under Windows, we will look for LED green and place it on the right side. So we can zoom in and out in SolidWorks using our mouse wheel. So we will zoom in to our circuit board. So we're supposed to place our LED green here. As soon as the square symbol, the green square, shows next to the mouse, which means you're hovering over a face, we will select that. Also, another symbol which you see as a green line represents that you're highlighting an edge. This is very useful at times if you want to figure out if your mouse is over an edge or a face, especially in smaller lines that you can't properly see and you might have to zoom in a lot for. So after you select the face, we will just go to our LED green window, hold down our left mouse button, and drag that in, and once you see that symbol, that means a mate is being created. We will let go of our left mouse button, and SolidWorks will then ask you in the pop-up what kind of mate you're looking for. We will go for a concentric relationship and accept that. Now you would see after I place my LED green on the feature management design tree, there's a letter F next to the circuit board, whereas there's a negative symbol next to the LED green. What this means is the circuit board is fixed and it will not be moved. If you hold down your left mouse button and try to move the circuit board, you would see that it will stay in place. Whereas your LED green, which is float, but that is the negative sign, means it can rotate or move up and down. Now you would see that if I rotate my LED green. Also you can see it's moving up and down. Now, in this video, it is specifically important that after we place in our parts, we don't rotate them. It is because that the parts are all drawn in the correct planes. So once we place them into our assembly, you do not need to create a second mate just to constrain it, because the rotation doesn't need to be rotated to another angle or to place it properly because it's already correctly aligned. So if you want to avoid creating extra mates using the drag and drop feature, you can always, after placing your part, you don't have to move it. So once you place that in, we can close our LED green window. Now we are looking for our next LED, which is yellow. Place on the right side, zoom out using your mouse wheel, zoom in here, click that face there. Again, you can tell it's a face by the green square. Hold that down with your left mouse button, bring it in. Once you see that symbol, drop it, go for a concentric relationship. We will do that for our last LED as well, which is LED red. Stag it to the right side, zoom that in, select the face, drag, see that symbol, drop, accept. So it's a very straightforward process. All you need to do is zoom in to where you need to place. Like this is where your IC should go. You'll zoom it in, select this face, open our IC, stack it to the right side, click the correct edge, the correct face. Now, if you see, it's being made it upside down. Now, we're not looking for that, but that doesn't mean you have to cancel the mate and redo it, because every time you place it, it will still give you the same orientation. So once you see that symbol, drop it down. When your mate window pops up after you select concentric relationship, if it's not already selected, you see the double arrow here, which says flip mate alignment. Just click that and SolidWorks will correct your mate alignment and accept it. Close that window again. Now we are looking for our capacitor, so we will select our face, look for a capacitor, stack it on the right side, hold that, drag it in, see that symbol, drop it there. Again, it's made it upside down, so all we do is correct the mate alignment. Accept that. Zoom out. Here is where our voltage regulator will go. There it is. Right side, again select the face, the correct face here, bring it in, mate it, accept that. So you see, it's a pretty easy process. All you have to do is select the correct, so this is where our resistors should go. We zoom it in, click that, look for our resistor, stack it on the right side, select the correct face, bring that in. Again, well, you can't see it, but it should be upside down. There we go. That makes sense because of how it was placed. So we accept that. Zoom out from there. We can close that window. Okay, so all our parts are almost in. So our assembly is nearly done. Again, it will not be fully constrained just because we are going to save creating extra mates. The next part will be creating distance relationships. So we can rotate our assembly by clicking down our mouse wheel, and once we're under the assembly, we can zoom in and begin creating our mates. So we are going for our mate window here. First we will do our LEDs. Select this face here, go for a distance mate of 2 millimeters. Accept that. Zoom out, zoom in, this face and this face, 2 millimeters, accept that. Zoom out again, zoom in to your last LED, 2 millimeters. So those are distance mates done. So all the mates would be distance or coincident. Next is our IC. We will select this face here, go for a distance mate of 1 millimeter, accept that. For our capacitor and our voltage regulator, again it will be 2 millimeters for both of them. Lastly, we have our resistor down there. Our resistor, we will go for a coincident relationship. That is by default suggested in SolidWorks, so we can just accept that. Okay. Now, most of our assembly's done. You see all these origins showing up. If they're getting in the way of your assembly, you can always disable them by going under View, selecting Origins. Now, according to the assembly, there should be 2 LED greens here and 1 resistor here. So we will not repeatedly place parts in. We will just use a feature of SolidWorks called linear pattern component pattern, which just patterns your parts according to the direction that you select it in. Now, first of all, we will go in the evaluate tool. Using the measure tool, we will find out the distance between this edge and this edge. That's 28. Press escape. Again, measure distance between this edge. Okay, there we go. This edge and this edge, that's 40. Now we go under assembly, look for linear component pattern. This direction would be this, the second would be this. This distance was 28, 2 seats, and this distance was 40, and 2 of these instances. Component to pattern would be our LED green. We can just select that. You would see the direction is reversed. You can always correct that. You can also see the direction by this arrowhead here. So you can always tell if it's not correctly done Now this would essentially create three instances, one here, one there, and one over here. You can't see that one because it's right on top of your LED red. But the easier part would be you could go under instances to skip. Now it will highlight three of them. You can pick this instance and just skip that. Accept it. And here you would see two of these created. You can always go under local pattern and see them. And their alternative is, if you don't want to skip instances, you can always pick them and just delete them directly from your feature manager design tree. Our next one would be placing our resistor. Again, evaluate tool. We're looking for measure the distance between this hole and this hole. That's 21. Again, we go assembly, pattern, this edge. That was 21. And we will not select a second direction because we just need one of these, one direction of this. Again, you would see it's on the wrong side. We can always flip that. There it's placed perfectly. We accept it, and with that our assembly is entirely done. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.